Now, for decades, people have been raising a bit of extra cash by holding parties in their homes for family and friends to buy everything from Tupperware to... How do you pronounce it? Lingerie.
Lingerie.
Lingerie, you know, underwear. Sorry. I can't say that word.
We should have said undergarments, shouldn't we?
Undergarments.
Just sounds so much less glamorous. But in the current recession, a different kind of event has become popular, one where the guests don't buy, they sell. The only commodity, though, not undergarments, but gold. Mariam Mashiri has more. Good morning.
Good morning, Bill. I think you could just say bra and knickers, to be honest. I mean, that just makes life a lot easier. Anyway, I'm here in Ashbourne in Derbyshire. Take a look at all this jewellery. Plenty of gold for sale here. But the difference nowadays is with the recession hitting many of us and also the price of gold rising by nearly 30%, more people are choosing to sell their gold rather than buy it. Now, in the past, you may have come to a jeweller's like this one here, or perhaps even a pawnbroker's to part with your bling, but times are changing, as I went to find out.
It's party time for Sarah Middleton and her friends.
Hi, Sarah. Hi, happy birthday.
But this isn't just any party, and these guests arriving today aren't here for just the canapes. A popular concept from America, this is a bring and sell gold party. They work because of the high price of gold, the economic downturn and the stigma attached by some to being seen in a pawn shop.
We've all got, at least I have, little bits, the odd earring, you know, a watch that doesn't work. And I just think, frankly, I need the cash, actually.
What's stopping you from going to a pawnbroker's, for example?
Oh, well, it's a bit tacky, isn't it?
So how does it all work? Well, you bring your gold to the party, you give it to the valuer who then weighs and tests it and offers you a price based on the official price of gold for that day. How much is it worth?
Can I offer you £60?
The hostess will get 10% of the total amount sold here today. The gold buying company makes money by giving around 70% of the actual value of the gold, which it then melts into bars.
That is usually about 20 to 30% higher than any pawn shops will pay. I mean, anyone who's buying gold is doing it as a business, so there has to be some room to markup.
Goldfinger! But beware, all that glitters isn't necessarily the best option.
With current prices as they are at the moment, there will be a very high inherent value in this.
Gold experts warn that selling the family jewellery today may not benefit you in the long run.
Gold is a proven store of value, so obviously it's going to retain its value over a long period of time, so it shouldn't be your first consideration if you're looking to sell things around the house.
Back at Sarah's house, the party is in full swing as the excitement mounts.
We can offer you £358.
It's still clearly a bit of a dilemma.
It's very tempting. Can I have a few minutes just to think about it?
The question is whether cashing in on your bling today is worth its weight in gold tomorrow.
Thank you very much.
Well, Sarah and her friends sold £4,500 worth of gold. Quite a lot of money. Sarah herself made around £450. So she made a bit of money for a party, but is it all a good idea? I'm speaking now to Alan Matkin, who is the owner of this independent jewellers. Alan, gold parties, your cup of tea?
Well, maybe not my cup of tea, but a party's always good, so yeah, I'm all for that. But no, I mean, my issue, I think, on this is the customer must get the independent advice, really. Margins obviously vary, you know, their costs might be bigger, you know, but the important thing for them is to get out there and make sure that the independent jeweller or other people acknowledge, give them the actual price that it's worth.
Are you finding more people coming in to your jewellers and asking for you to melt their gold?
We are, absolutely. I mean, we buy it in and we just scrap it, which is most jewellers are doing in the UK now, but also we actually remake it, which I think is an issue that people should always think about.
The funny thing is, Alan, I mean, gold prices are up, demand for gold is up, but jewellery actually is selling less these days.
Yeah, certain areas of jewellery are selling less, but you know, some sides, the sort of handmade, the bespoke side, the more individual jewellery is actually on the up in a lot of areas.
And what advice, very briefly, would you give to anyone who wants to sell their gold?
I think you've got to think very, very carefully, make absolutely certain that you do understand its value and you don't just rush in and let it go too cheap, because it's like having cash in your pocket at the end of the day. You wouldn't sell £50 for £10, so...
No, indeed you wouldn't, no. So I think the advice from here at least is gold can be sold, but can you put a price on sentiment? Obviously not.
All right, Miriam, thanks very much.